I forgot how busy summer is here, and I mentioned a few times how busy I've been with other stuff, so I figured I'd show some of it. So I'll start with São João in Porto, which was at the end of June. In English, São João is St. John, which is Porto's patron saint, so it's their city day, although Coimbra is the only place I've heard it called a city day. But anyway, São João in Porto is a really big event. People travel from all over the country, and there's lots of international tourists as well. I'm not sure how many came just for that, but there's a lot of people. It's a very old holiday with pagan roots. One of the original traditions was hitting people with garlic flowers or basil stalks, which has been replaced with these squeaky hammers. So throughout the video, you'll hear a lot of like squeaking constantly because everybody's constantly hitting each other. So the celebrations start kind of the afternoon of the 23rd and go all night, and it's just all around a really fun time. I definitely plan to go back next year, although I did get stuck in crowds a few times, which was not fun. I wasn't expecting that many people, and it was just like where you can't even move your arms. So for next time, I'll know more which areas to avoid and to get your firework watching spot really early. So here's the video, not necessarily in chronological order, but more broken down into the different cities. So hope you enjoy. For locals, it starts with neighborhood block parties with grilled sardines being a typical snack. But for all the tourists like myself, it generally means heading down to the waterfront. There's also lots of block parties. This particular area had 3 different DJs within one block. Another big part of the night is paper lanterns, and this style seems kind of difficult to actually light and get going, so there was always a big cheer from the crowd whenever one took off. at midnight came the fireworks, and where I was, I think would have been a good spot, but what I heard was because of rain and the tides, the current of the river was too strong, so they had to move them to a different spot. So it was kind of disjointed and a lot of turning around back and forth, and not the best view of the big fireworks. I've made a video about it before, but July 4th is Coimbra's city day, so at midnight they have fireworks. So as a fireworks lover, it's nice to still have 4th of July fireworks. This video is from last year, but in addition to the fireworks, there's also the big carnival. The carnival goes on for 2 weeks and has various concerts every night. I mentioned before that I went down south to visit some friends, and afterwards I took a few days to just hang out in Sagres, which I really like. It's not super touristy like a lot of other places in the Algarve. It seems much more like a chill surfer backpacker spot, which is much more my vibe, and still has a lot of the small fishing village qualities, and the landscape is beautiful. Coimbra's patron saint is Santa Isabella, which is also the patron saint of Portugal, and in good Catholic fashion, there's a procession. I don't know why the procession wasn't on the 4th, but there's definitely a lot of people there, and more fireworks. The procession ended in this church, and you can see the statue there, and a lot of people were visiting the next day. Along with the carnival and fireworks and all that, there's also several concerts throughout the city as part of the 2-week-long Festas de Coimbra celebrations. The bigger concerts were at night. This is Ep.18. They're a local band. Medieval festivals seem to be pretty popular in Portugal, and Coimbra has its own. It's not nearly as big as other places, but it is centered around the Sé Vela, which is a church built in the 1100s, so that's pretty cool. Unlike Renaissance festivals in the US, the medieval festivals here are centered around actual historic events, and this year's theme for this one was a royal wedding, which I believe took place at this actual church, so that's pretty cool. Coimbra was the original capital of Portugal, and so the original royal palace is just up the hill from this church and is now a part of the university. Folklorico is another big thing in Portugal, so it's pretty common to find events where they show off the traditional dances and clothing.
Que apregoava o seu produto apanhado nos arrabaldes e a termoceira vinha do campo com o seu traje mais garrido, graciosa, passeando-se pelas ruas da Alta, chamando pelas freguesas numa voz flauteada.
There's also just a constant stream of other events throughout the month. This was, I think, the Youth National Championship for canoe and kayak. This course is also an Olympic training center, so it's been cool to watch athletes from various countries getting ready for the Olympics. This was an inflatables festival, which was for little kids, but it looked so much fun. And they set up a fan zone for the Euros in the city market, which was a lot of fun while Portugal was still in the competition. Coimbra also hosted the European Triathlon Championships, which as part of that they had a neon night swim, which definitely could have used some more neon. Lusa has become one of my favorite towns. It's right at the base of the mountains, so there's lots of hiking, lots of nature, and the food is great as well. And it's easy to get to on public transportation, so it's become my go-to hiking spot. The mountains are only 1,200 meters, which is just under 4,000 feet, but they're steep, and from the top you can see all the way to the ocean. There's also a Levada trail like in Madeira, but for some reason it didn't have water in it right now. Throughout the mountains there's remnants of schist houses and buildings made completely out of stone. Some people still live in the villages, but most have been reconstructed as Airbnbs, which you'll see later in the villages higher up. So that was the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to share some of the sights and sounds of Portugal and what all I've been up to this summer. Like I said, it's been a really busy time. August is when everybody goes on vacation, so it actually calms down a little bit. So I've been able to concentrate more on working on the house. I did have a little setback time-wise, so in the next video I'll have an important little lesson on lead paint false positives. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Ciao.